I am too hyper aware. Very, very, very aware. It almost feels like a curse. And I know that I'm not supposed to call it a curse nor a blessing. I cannot call it either one of those because once I say it, then I trick my mind into believing it. And once I believe it, it becomes my reality. And once it becomes my reality, I will suffer. So I reject calling it a blessing or a curse. But it still does not negate the fact that this is my reality nonetheless. Reality where I am super aware. Like I see through the illusion. I see it. And I know I'm not making sense. And I know this video probably will not get any clicks. That's okay. I'm not making sense to a lot of people. And at least have the decency to admit to yourself that I'm not making sense. And I know that there's someone or a group of people who are watching me right now who think they understand what I'm talking about. No, you don't understand what I'm talking about. I promise you, you do not understand. And I know that there are some people who probably do understand what I'm talking about. And those people are the minorities. If this video was to be watched by 1,000 people, probably one or two people that understand exactly what I'm talking about. I see through the illusion. I see it every single day. It's a type of highness that does not require substance. The same kind of highness that some people would want to achieve using other things, but mine, I generate it on my own, naturally from within. And it's like the dose has been upped it up so high that I feel it, I see it, I see through it. And I know it sounds so cool. I know it sounds so cool. And it does feel cool to a certain extent until it doesn't feel cool anymore because you feel the polarity of the up and the down. And it gets lonely because most people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it also gets scary because you start to wonder, why do I see what I see? Why do I feel what I feel? What am I and why? And it gets lonely because who else sees and feels what you feel and truly connects with you? Because if the person truly sees and feels what you feel, it is telepathic. They understand what you feel. It is a whole different level of loneliness because you're hyper aware. You see it all, you feel it all, you see through the illusion. You just, it never stops. It never stops. Almost makes you wonder, what is the meaning? What's the point? Why bother? Why? Why? What is. What is has always been and always will be. It is what it is, and no matter what you do, it will always be. What is the point? This is basically the same point that Ecclesiastes was making. Everything is vanity, everything is nothingness. And by nothingness, I mean in literal nothingness, literally nothing. It's all empty spaces, infinite and empty spaces. And we have quantum physics to express that, to explain this, that truly everything is nothingness. And if everything is nothingness, then what is anything? And why does anything matter? Why? You're aware of it at all times. You never get a break. You don't get a break in the waking. You don't get a break in the dream and the sleep. I dream every single day. I usually forget my dreams until later on. I think like 30 minutes ago, I started gradually recalling some of my dreams, and the dreams are vivid. The dreams are very vivid. I just don't remember them once I wake up, or a lot of times when I wake up, they are vivid, and then they start getting distorted, and eventually I just forget. But I know that when I dream, they are very vivid. And I have my own, theory and philosophy as to what dreams are. That's when your soul returns back to the noumena. It gets reabsorbed into the noumena. So meaning that when I wake up in this world, that's actually when I sleep. So right now I'm asleep. I'm asleep and I'm seeing things from a distorted lens. But when I sleep, that's when I wake up. I go back home. So I'm playing a spy. It's almost as though I'm playing a spy in this realm. Because this is not my home. This is not my nature. I am here every day to study. Every day when I wake up in this realm, that's when the real me takes a nap and travels here. So right now, I'm awake. That's what it feels like. You can see me. I'm talking, looking a mess, but I'm actually sleeping. I'm actually sleeping. The real me is sleeping. And this is a dream. And the lens through which I can communicate and interact with this realm is Uche. Uche is the perfect lens, the perfect disguise, the perfect spy. And I feel everything in this realm, the illusion of it. I feel it, I see it. It's like a lucid dream. And I know that there are other people who feel exactly what I feel 100%, but I know those people are scattered. We are all scattered, all of us, because we're travelers. We don't belong here. We are the minorities. Think about it from the perspective of, imagine you are Nigerian and you get on a plane and you travel to the UK for vacation. Once you get to the UK, you become a minority because you're not from the UK. You are the minority. You are the guest. And as a result, you see the majority will be British people everywhere. They'll look a certain way, talk a certain way, eat a certain way, do things a certain way. They'll be very foreign to you. And you're aware that this is foreign to me because I'm not used to this. This is not where I come from. The only people who would truly, truly be able to understand where you come from are the people who come from where you come from. Other Nigerians scattered around in the UK. And when you're with those people, it's electric. You recognize each other. You recognize each other in the way you talk, the way you eat, the way you sound, the way you dress. There's no sense of, are you Nigerian? Are you, maybe, maybe not? No, it's instantly, instantly. A British person might think they understand what you're talking about. That's because they're comparing your reality to something that is relatively similar to their reality, in which they felt out of place. Maybe they felt out of place at a picnic, at a restaurant, similar to a certain extent, but not quite the same. This is why what I'm saying right now might seem as though it's making sense to someone, but you have no idea what I'm talking about. You have to be from where I'm from to know exactly what I'm talking about. Because if you're Nigerian in the UK, you become hyper aware. You notice things that you wouldn't otherwise notice if you were in Nigeria. You notice that people sound different. People talk different. People eat different. They eat pizza. What the fuck is pizza? Where we come from, we eat fufu, we eat apple, we eat jollof rice. Where we come from, we speak Yoruba, we speak Igbo, we speak Hausa, we speak Efik, Orobo. But these people are speaking Ene. You're hyper aware of it. A British person is not aware of it per se because that's all they know. That's their reality. But you are because you're not from here. That's how I feel every day. I am hyper aware. Almost feels as though it's a curse, but I must reject that because I chose this. I came here on purpose, by choice. Not Uche, because Uche would never choose this shit, Chad. Hell fucking no. This place is ghetto as hell, and I mean that respectfully. Respectfully. But I also mean this in my own truth, that where I come from is much better than this shit. No disrespect to the mother, nature, for letting me in. I'm grateful. So travelers, we're not from here. Do not lose yourself here. We're royalty, where we come from. These people can never comprehend. We come from the formless. We've come here to study. We're not necessarily here to mingle with each other. We can support each other. But do your best in learning, healing, observing as much as possible. But remember, when we wake up from this world, we are forever one. We will always be connected. So you might be in the UK, you might be in the Americas, you might be in the Africas, you might be somewhere, in Australia. Maybe you watch me, maybe you don't watch me, but I feel you and you feel me because we truly are one. And do your best wherever the hell you're at, while I do my best wherever the hell I am. Eventually, we will wake up from this shit and we will be reunited in our formlessness as one. Until then, good luck. Uche, peace, and love.